Good morning.
Morning.
Got my Crocker Freedom shirt on.
But it's backwards.
It is, but I'm digging it. I like it. I think it's a small. It fits tight, but the medium that I got last time was like a little too big. So
You're just in between, aren't you?
yeah, I'm like a man child in between. But yeah, I got my coffee here. My little custom coffee tumbler here, and today we kind of just want to talk about a little bit of off grid, pretty much. I know a lot of people are starting to consider off grid. A lot of people I know have gone off grid, and some do it more long term, some don't. But I guess these are just kind of our thoughts on off grid. Mainly Jaylina's thoughts, because I've been doing this for a while. She's new to it, so what she likes, doesn't like, and then what she's going to implement into her van, I guess.
So I did a video yesterday about what it kind of, not what it's like living in the van while converting it, but like how it's changed my mind on like the layout and stuff and things that I need and want. And one thing I didn't mention because I just forgot was water. I'm probably just gonna get one of those big jugs that you can get at like the grocery store and just fill it up and stuff and keep that in here. And they make spouts that like pump ones or electric ones that go on top. So that's what I'll do for as far as like drinking water and stuff. I don't know about shower water.
I think realistically, when in a van, I wouldn't worry about shower water.
Yeah, I mean most
You're
likely
gonna,
I'd use like gas stations or like if
yeah,
I'm
you'll
at a
go to,
national park or
yeah,
a state park or something.
yeah, something of that nature. Because once you start getting into that in a van, the only way you can really do it is a solar bag shower. But I think at that point, you would just know keep water in the solar bag.
Yeah.
It's the ones that we bought, they're 5 gallons. Like you could take multiple showers with that.
Well, like I said, I told Jason it's kind of like the shower that he had before, that electric one with a little pump. It's like that, but it comes with a collapsible bucket. And I either do that, or a lot of people said like those camping showers that a lot of people use in Warped Tour.
The pop-up tents?
Yeah.
All that is a pop-up tent with a solar bag.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people commented and said use one of those. But yeah, like Jason said, I'm not too worried about the shower because most likely I'll only use that it'll be very rare.
Yeah, and we used to tour with bands and, basically living on tour buses and stuff, and ain't a whole lot different than being in here. I think that's why we both can adjust, but you don't get a shower every day on tour unless you stop at a hotel and you get a room and the band and crew takes turns taking showers, or you're somewhere that actually has showers. But for the most part, you use baby wipes, just in between days whenever you can't do it. If she's in the van, the face wipes, baby wipes, all that stuff's going to be her biggest asset, I guess, to have, because that's how it was when I first came out. I mean, I was living off baby wipes for showers because, I mean, I had nothing. I had like literally no water or anything up here, and it was the winter. You don't want to get just drenched outside, so I just get baby wipes. And the biggest thing, if you can clean your face, you feel a million times better.
Yeah, I mean, I have like a nightly routine when it comes to like my skincare, I guess. Like I don't wear makeup aside from like mascara. So I use the face wipes and I wipe down my face, and my face is dirty. Like there's dirt. So I wipe down my face, I use my acne wipes, but I use it to wipe down my body too, if I don't shower that day. So they definitely come in handy. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
and so, I mean, of course, you always want drinking water, but shower water in a van, you're just kind of taking up space. Now, she does have a hitch on here and can get one of those racks that go in the back, and you could put water jugs. At that point, if someone stole it, it's not a big deal. It's not that much to replace.
Those jugs are what, $10 at Walmart?
Yeah, and they'll actually warm up being out you know. So that's something I think you could do as far as that goes. But as far as power, not don't not the van, just being out here. There's literally no power, no water out here that is on the grid.
Mm-hmm.
Have you really sacrificed much, really and truly?
No.
And I think that's the thing is at the beginning when I first came out here, it was rough. It was really terrible. Um, I
It was
mean,
the dead of winter.
well, that too, but I just mean not having power, not having water, that type of thing. It was pretty rough, and I don't know. I guess it was a different ball game back then. Like now, I actually have like a structure I could be in, stuff like that, and I actually now I have the Jackery thing that we got back here, and that's a huge, huge thing. We use that every day. That keeps the fan going. Uh, there's a big, big difference of sitting here right now without a fan and sitting here with the fan. Um, you don't think it's that big of a deal. You're like, oh man, you need AC. I could put the fan on me and be fine.
Yeah.
It's still not ice cold like a AC unit, but it's not bad.
Well, it's like it's not terrible being hot and stuff. Of course, it's not the most comfortable, but I mean, it's not terrible. Like the wind blowing right now feels great.
Yeah, of course it's early in the morning, but
Yeah, but like my glasses, I can't wear my glasses all day. Like right now, it's already fogging up, and they're falling off because I'm sweating. And
but yeah, it's not that bad anymore. I guess I just got used to it, to be completely honest. And then since I was kind of set up, Jaylena come up here, already had the routine of we only run the generator if we need this. We have the Wii Boost to get signal, and we can run it off the Jackery. I used to have to run the everything off of the generator. If I needed to charge my phone, run tools, anything, it had to be on the generator. Now the Jackery, this is not a plug on Jackery or anything like that, but it comes in handy. We use it literally every day. It does take a little while to charge. The newer ones, I don't know if you've talked about Jackery.
no,
Well, she
I'm getting a
spoiler alert,
Jackery.
she got sponsored, so
So
she's getting the same thing
I
I
have one
got,
on the way.
but I got one panel, she's getting two. So it takes all day for me to charge this on a solar panel. Like it takes all day. Now they're shipping out two panels. If you guys watch, Keeping It Dutch, stuff like that, you've seen that. But having that charged, you could do a lot with it. Now, I'll say this: someone sent me a coffee maker a while back. Just the smallest one you can get is probably like $10
Yeah,
at Walmart.
$10 at Walmart.
And to do coffee, it'll make 1 cup of coffee pretty much. It'll suck up 25 to 30% of this battery. That's a lot. When it's literally first thing in the morning, it's gone 20 30%. And then a fan, we run the fan all night on this, and it'll take up about 30%. But that's running 8 hours, so that's not terrible. Our phones, I could say this thing has been on 1%, and not right now, but in the past, it's been on 1%, and I've charged my phone probably 10 times on it, and it still wasn't dead.
It'll charge my phone from being like 10% to 100% within 30 minutes.
Yeah, so it's got different ports, and on the bottom port is one of like I don't know what you consider it. It's the USB 3. I didn't know if they had a technical name for it, but it's a USB 3, and it charges fast. So something like this works really well, and it makes it not so bad. Everything else was literally I had to charge it on the generator or a little inverter in my truck. And my laptop is a pretty strong laptop because it's got all the editing stuff on there. But my inverter in my truck, I think it's a 3 or 4 watt one. It bogs down and it'll cut off, cut on, cut off, cut off, whatever. This is 1,000 watt and never has an issue at all. And I could upload my footage and edit and everything. It takes me to upload and to edit and to save my video out 2 hours tops to do everything. And it probably takes maybe, I don't know, 8 to 10% of this battery. So that's pretty good. We've run the TV and VCR in here off of it. I don't know exactly how much it pulled. Didn't really look. My sump pump, I could probably run that all day to suck up water. So we're gonna be taking my truck down once I get it fixed. Having problems. Um, Once I get it fixed, we'll take the truck down to the river, take the 55-gallon barrel, stick it back in the truck, take the sump pump, Jackery, fill it up. It'll fill up a 55-gallon barrel in about 10-15 minutes and not take much power. It's better than taking the big generator. You can just take this little thing. So really and truly now, it's not that bad.
Yeah. A lot of people also ask like what I'll do for heat in the winter and AC in the summer. Like right now, I don't really use the AC or AC like we said we use the fan. And in the winter, Jason suggested that if I'm traveling anywhere and it's super cold, to get one of those sleeping bags.
Yeah, so I bought a 30-degree rated sleeping bag, and that's what I used when I was in the tent. And it got down to the 20s, and I wouldn't even light my wood burning stove. I would get in the tent or in the sleeping bag, and just it's not the ones that like you only your face sticks out. It's a normal sleeping bag, but I would get in it and pull it up over my head and put one blanket over the whole top of me, kind of just to keep it down. And I was perfectly fine. I never was cold. I slept in sweatpants or shorts and a shirt, and I was perfectly fine. So I think her being in here would be fine. That's if she doesn't have power.
Yeah, so I'll probably do that, and then of course I'll also have some type of like little space heater or something
Yeah.
that I'll use if I'm awake and there, but I wouldn't ever like let that run overnight.
Yeah, the only thing you could use is a normal space heater, like an electric one, if you're at a park that has power.
Yeah.
Or if you get enough solar in here, but I think it'd eat it up pretty quick. But I think that's something you use, like say you have solar and it'll pretty much eat up your whole battery pretty quick. That's one of those nights where it's like, I can't sleep, it's so cold, screw it. And what
Well,
I'll say what I used to do though, I'd have the space heater when I first moved and I was in the $20 tent, and I had the sleeping bag. I had a cheap sleeping bag, like the $10 ones from Walmart that don't do nothing.
that red one.
Yeah,
It's the $8 one. From
those are
Walmart.
perfect for the summer. The winter, no. I would get the little space heater, just an electric space heater, hook it to the generator, I'd hold it in my sleeping bag, crank it up full blast, and get it as hot as I could in there, and then turn it off, and then close it. And that way the fabric was warm, and I could hopefully go to sleep before it got cold.
So some of you may or may not know, my mom and I drove that little white car from Washington State to Tennessee together.
Surprisingly, it made it.
We driving through North Dakota, I think it was. It was so foggy that you couldn't see not even 5 feet in front of you. So we're driving 10 miles an hour, trying to find somewhere to stop because you literally couldn't see anything. So we had to sleep in at a rest stop, and everyone was stopping. And literally, you stop the car and you slide because it was just ice. And we happened to get some thick jackets that were my grandpa's and some like really thick blankets. Wrapped ourselves in the blankets and the jackets and tried to sleep in the car. That was miserable. So like I would wake up, turn the car on, blast the heater till it was warm enough, and we'd fall asleep, turn it off, and we did that all throughout the night. I was in and out of sleep trying to keep it warm in there.
Yeah.
That was such a terrible time.
Well, and I mean, I don't know exactly what Jaylene will do on her channel, but I'm pretty sure she'll keep it pretty real. We kind of always have on all our channels, you know. And as you guys know, I keep it real with the off-grid stuff. I don't want anyone to watch the channel and be like, man, Jason, he just shows that it's super easy and it's just, you know, everyone always says that, like, I'm living their dream. Like, I'm living the life. This is a life of, you know,
It ain't a picnic.
yeah, it's not, and it's got its ups and downs for sure. It's easier now that I'm used to it, but
I mean, it's just like anything in life. There's pros and cons.
well, yeah, but I'm just saying there's a lot of channels out there that will make it seem like, oh, it's easy.
Anyone can
Yeah,
do it.
anyone can do this. It's not that bad, you know, like get out there. And then you get out there, you're like, this sucks. Like, this is terrible. I want you guys to see the ups and downs of all of it. And then the same thing on Jayleena's channel. You know, I don't watch a whole lot of van life stuff. I've seen some stuff, but I've never seen them be like, yeah, it's freaking miserable. Like, it's cold, you know, this and that. And you know, there's days, it's like you just said, like when you're sleeping in the car, you'd wake up, you'd be freezing. You know, they do that, but they don't portray that to you guys. And then that kind of puts you in a weird spot because, say, if you're like, man, if they could do it, I could do it this way. And then you get out there and it sucks.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know. That's why I want to try to keep on this channel it real, and then I'm pretty sure you'll do the same thing. But
I mean, I definitely plan on keeping it real. I don't really watch a lot of like big van life channels that make it seem like it's just like this glorious lifestyle. Which, I mean, I'm sure that there's people out there like that have nicer like Sprinter vans with nothing but solar and like it's fully
they spend $100,000 on it.
I don't have that type of van, and my build's not going to be that grand. Like my favorite van life channel is this girl. I found her kind of recently.
That lady?
Yeah, her channel name is The Dawn of Van Life, and she just is one of the realest channels that I've come across. She started living in a car, then she bought a minivan, and then she was just gifted a cargo van, and she's doing it all on her own.
Where? Yeah. No. Where does she build?
Oh, so she was gifted a cargo van, and the bed was like a cot, and it didn't go up against the wall because of the wheel wells. So she built her own platform for her bed, and she built it right in the Home Depot parking lot.
Yeah, that's the reality of it, because you don't have a garage, you don't have a place to go. Like, you're living in a van, and now is that her only source of home?
Yeah.
She doesn't have like a house.
Nope. When she works and stuff, she lives in her vehicle in the city. It's not your typical van life channel. She's living in her van, living her normal life. She's like on a fitness journey. She's trying to lose weight. She gets her workout stuff wherever she is, and she just works out right there, and it's just super real. And like that's what I want my channel to be, is just it is what it is, basically.
Yeah, and I mean that's kind of how it is, you know, on my channel and stuff. And you know, same thing with like my brothers and parents, stuff like that. I mean, they're all pretty real. And being out here now, I mean, for the average person, yeah, it'd be miserable. But if you're
like my sister could never
do
this.
No. And now, if you like to camp for like a weekend, you could probably come out here for a week and be fine. But you probably couldn't do it for a month, you know, a couple months at a time. And it's funny, I was watching Dutch's video yesterday, and he was out there cutting brush. He's trying to get like a driveway put in, and he sat there on his truck. He made a sandwich. He was drinking a big thing of water. He's all hot, and he said, "So this is off-grid life." And it kind of just like, you could tell he's like, this sucks, you know. But that's the reality of it, is, you know, it's hot. You don't just go in and crank an AC on and stuff. Now, I'll say this, there's channels like Wild Wonderful Off Grid. They're building a huge house. They're having all the appliances of a normal home. Like, their entire house is going to be phenomenal. I mean, they are doing it to like the best possible degree of off-grid. They're still going to be off-grid. They're not connected to anything. But that's not your mindset of like, oh, off-grid. They're still off-grid, and there's nothing wrong with what they're doing. Anybody could go and live that lifestyle at their house once their house is done, which is awesome. And I'm not bashing them at all. I think they've done an amazing job.
Well, it's just like the van, like people with the really nice Sprinter vans that are on full
solar and everything.
They have the showers and the bathrooms and everything in their vans, which is awesome. Believe me, if I could afford it, I would do it.
And that's the same thing. You know, if you know that, I'm not bashing Wild Wonderful Off Grid at all. They've done it right. They, you know, have the time and finances. I cannot remember his name, Jake or something, I think. And you know, he just recently quit his. He was working his full-time job and building that house. Like, I have nothing but respect for that guy. You know, so they've earned everything they have. But if you're thinking your normal off-grid, like no AC, no normal power and all that stuff, I I don't know if your average person could live this lifestyle. You got to really want it. So if you really want it, you can make it happen. I mean, I'm cool with roughing and stuff, but I'm not, you know, I don't know. I feel like I'm your average person, but in the grand scheme of things, I don't think I am because I'm willing to live this lifestyle and not have AC and anything like that. So if you are considering this lifestyle, maybe, you know, go rent an Airbnb that's off grid, or, you can't really go camp in a tent. It's a little different, but, turn the power off at your house. Um, you turn the breaker off for the day. It's not a big. It's something. It's like when we were gonna move in to a shed house, or we were gonna build a tiny house. We lived. I think it was like a 1,200 square foot house or something. It was like a little 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom house, and we started measuring rooms and being like, okay, if the entire house was this size, could we live in it? So we quit going in the bedroom, um, you know, bathroom. I mean, pretty much, it was a small
Yeah, it was
bathroom,
a tiny bathroom.
but I mean, you were literally go in there and take a shower and poo or whatever. But we would stay in the living room, and then
When we'd cook, we'd use the kitchen.
yeah, and that was it. And then pretty much stayed in the living room all day. And it's like you start thinking, all right, if you just had a couch and this, could you survive and stuff? And it's the same thing with the tiny house. People were freaking out. Where's your couch gonna go? Where's your bed gonna go? Where's your dining room table gonna go? You don't need all that. You downsize, and you don't, you
The
don't need any
entire
of that.
time we lived in that house, I, not once,
Nope.
ever used the dining room.
No.
I had a treadmill in there, and that's what I used it for.
Yeah.
We spent more time on the patio than
Yeah.
the kitchen and the dining room combined.
And that's why here I want the porch on there and all that stuff, because really and truly, I don't step foot in that house unless I'm getting something out of it. But the rest of the day, we're outside. And that's the way it's been since I've been here. I'm outside. Unless I'm asleep, I'm outside. And so, I don't know. It's not that bad anymore. I guess I've just gotten used to it. I don't know. But as far as, bringing that, I'm kind of glad Jaylena came out here before just like getting in a van and leaving, because this is what it's going to be if you go to a national park.
Mm-hmm.
Really and truly, you're going to have nothing.
Yeah.
There's a chance that you won't have water. There's a chance you won't have electricity or anything. So she's getting to live the lifestyle while she's converting it, which that's what her video was about. And it gives you the opportunity to figure out what you need and don't need before you even hit the road. And
yeah, like I said in the video, like the bed, because this one is electric and it folds up into a couch. I never ever use that function.
the only time we've actually put it up into the couch is when we're taking it out so she could build in here, to get through the doors easier. But yeah, it's stuff like that that I think it's like, oh yeah, that's awesome. I don't even have to fold it down. I just press a button. That's a luxury that you don't really need.
Well, and me personally, just my personal preference, when it's folded up into the couch, the seat that you sit on is not very wide. And I hate couches like that. Like I wouldn't even want to sit on it just because my legs are really long and it's like halfway. My knees stick out really far. It's just not comfortable for me.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't know. I guess you got to really want the lifestyle to live it. And I've been thinking about certain things out here, and with all the stuff going on and all that and just going on in the world, and I could definitely live off grid the rest of my life and have no real power, no real water. Of course, over time, I'll get solar and all that stuff, and it gets easier and easier over time. But it's still not the everyday, like, go to a faucet, turn on some water, leave the lights on all day. Like, now you literally have to think about what you're doing. And if I have this Jackery and I leave a light on it all day and it drains it, and at night now I can't run a fan, and now I can't sleep because it's too hot, it makes you think of those things, and it makes you appreciate the normal, everyday, luxuries. And I used to get a hotel almost every Friday, and I'd go live. A lot of it had to do with just I needed good enough internet. Couldn't get my Wii Boost to work out here, but you know, going into town and like having a hot shower. I'll shower about 50 times while I'm there because it's just like, oh my gosh, like I appreciate this hot running water that never ends because I don't have that out here. So it definitely makes you appreciate things, and it's been a crazy year, and I've learned, you know, to accept certain things, fix certain things, appreciate certain things. So I kind of wish everybody would move off grid for a while. I think it really teaches you something and about yourself and about, I guess, your surroundings and stuff you take for granted a lot. I don't know. She's like, nope,
Nope. What?
you take it all for granted. No, well, this is a little longer. Little copy of the Crockers, just kind of putting it out there for anyone that is really considering this lifestyle. I know a lot of people just say we're living through you guys, but there are people out there that actually want to live the lifestyle, and
You just got to figure out like what you have to have and what you want and stuff, and what your
yeah,
budget is.
yeah. And the best thing I could say is, again, if you're still living, say, in town or whatever, and you haven't gone off grid yet, put whatever you don't need away and start living with less already. So when you come out here, it's not a big like culture shock, I guess. And it's kind of what we did, kind of worked, then being out here with nothing, it kind of just, you learn real quick what you need and don't need. And really and truly, you don't need much. I could say that with confidence. And so, yeah, we're going to try to get some work done. The goats have basically taken over the patio, and we have about 400 pounds of goat poop to clean up now. Jaylena's favorite.
You get to clean it up this time.
I already did.
I still see some on there.
Well, because they're on there now.
You didn't do a very good job.
I can't stop them from pooping again.
Not my problem.
But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get busy working. Got a lot to do. Today it's getting warmer, so it wouldn't surprise me if we go down the river and do that. Need to get some worms and go fishing. Do a little catch, clean, and cook or something. That'd be awesome. But yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. And if you bought a Crocker Freedom shirt, I appreciate you guys. And yeah, I'll put some out for sale again because I know some people are asking. So, and I think Jaylene is getting some shirts made. Not right now, but
soon.
You've started kind of designing it.
Yeah, I have the design I want. I just need to put it.
I was gonna say on paper.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be on paper.
On cloth. You need to put it on cloth.
And some cotton.
All right. If Jaylena's not good with goodbye, so I'm gonna say goodbye. Bye, guys.
Bye.